Hey. I should prop him up here somewhere.
Just put that little Eagles helmet on his head.
Yeah. There we go. All right, everybody. The Orange Men Podcast is back. Clinton Dave. In our relentless pursuit of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. As we see it, as we say it, whether you like it or not.
Correct.
Now, I'm not saying that my truth is the truth. I'm just saying that the truth is the truth. The problem is, the truth is the enemy of the devil.
The devil.
It's the enemy of evil.
Okay.
And you can just see it by flipping on the TV. The
All
people
those demons.
They are demons, dude. They're scary. They're scary people. I'm not as scared, but I can see how people would be.
Right.
They're going to disappear you. I don't know how that woman even is allowed on the
Which
rate.
one?
Whoopi.
Whoopi?
Yeah. They're going to disappear you. They're going to disappear you.
Yeah, Whoopi, Maddow, Joy Reid, Joyless.
Yeah, I know. It's funny how the two angriest women on the planet are named Joy.
Joy Behar and Joy Reid.
They have no. There's an ounce of joy in their body.
Yeah, it's just
It's ugly.
It's interesting to watch the meltdowns going on.
Well, it is funny, and I'm gonna miss it. But it's to a point where it's not funny anymore, man.
Well, nobody's even watching it. I saw like a bunch of papers and stuff are all shutting down, like news, digital news and everything, because nobody's like the clickbait headlines. Nobody's falling for it. Like it's all fake, conjured up nonsense because
disinformation.
Yeah, it's all like in the, like we've said, kind of what this whole, the lockdown, like the whole thing with 2020, like in 2020, like social media is now like the where everybody gets their information from one way or the other because it's in real time. Like I can't, if I'm waiting around for the 8 o'clock Tucker Carlson or, Jesse Waters or, whoever's on whatever, Anderson Cooper. If I'm waiting around for those people on news, they're late because I already seen what actually happened, not what they're going to spin it into being.
Yeah, it's true.
What happened because I saw that it was this guy that was at, in the shooting, or I saw it was this guy that robbed the store. I saw it was this guy that carjacked the
They are
people.
late to the game, yeah.
So, like, they're showing you, it's like, well, here's what really happened. No, I saw it already. Like, it's been spun around.
I saw it before you manipulated it.
Right.
Did you see what NBC did to, was it C.J. Stroud?
C.J. Stroud, yeah.
Stroud, yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He mentioned Jesus and they cut it out.
Yeah, I
mean, why? Why would you do that?
Well, they did it to somebody else a while ago, too,
Yeah,
I remember. I forget who it was.
Well, there was I don't know if it was CNN. I think it might have been CNN. They were interviewing like a minister.
Oh, okay. Well, no, this was another sports guy, but I believe they did it with the minister, too.
Yeah, and then they made it sound like they lost the connection.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost them. We got to get back to Jesus.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
Get rid of this guy. He said Jesus.
Yeah, I don't understand why, like.
Because they can't have God, because that's what happens with the devil.
No, I know.
The devil gets shut down as soon as you mention Christ. All right, let's talk about the border, man.
All right, let's go.
I'm sick of the border. I'm sick of did they impeach Mayorkas yet?
No.
Did they do anything?
No. No.
Didn't they have hearings?
Yeah, but this is what we talked about the last time we were together with the James Comer thing. Like, it's like, oh, we have all this evidence. All right, well, let's fucking do something already. I don't care about Hunter Biden and his fake-ass gun charge that you're trying to get him on, or, you know what I mean, like,
Right.
illegally obtaining weapons. And Mayorkas, the same thing. Like, Josh Hawley, like, that was I think you had a shit ton of views on that clip, and that shit was, like, in the beginning of the summer. Like, let's go already. Mr. Missouri, come on, the Missourians want the border. Well, let's fucking get rid of these people. I know there's like a process, but it's got to be like everything just needs to be reworked to go. Yeah, you're done. You're out.
I know. Well, look how fast they impeached Trump.
Well, yeah, that's what I said.
Took them 2 seconds.
2 impeachments in the span of 18 months, even after the Mueller investigation of 2 years, where you didn't find anything wrong then, and it was a perfect phone call.
He had a conversation
with the setup of Zelensky, and I think Trump knew, like, this guy's a plant. He's trying to get me to say something, and he didn't say it. That's why he said, "Go ahead. Here's the transcripts. Here's the phone call." Right. It was perfect. It's a perfect phone call.
Like all his stuff, it's all perfect.
Yeah, the border. Yeah, Mayorkas, this, the Attorney General, like, with what the fuck's his name?
Well, who's Ann Weidel?
That's the German lady.
The German chancellor.
Yeah, I think she's running for something over there. But I posted out on YouTube, and people were like, "I heard that rhetoric." I'm like, yeah, but she's fucking right.
She is right. Well, these, Tom Holman was on.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been screaming for 4 years.
Well, he was like the head director of fucking. Yeah. And he, remember, like, that's another person. Remember, like, when AOC was grilling him, like, "Sir, do you think?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're an idiot. That's not that's not how it works."
No, he was good.
But yeah, he's another one. Like, you keep having all these hearings, and yeah, and it's the same thing. Like, the C-SPAN clips are great. Let's fucking do something. The theatrics and everything makes for great talk. Let's actually do it.
He's right. We do need a mass deportation. We're going to have to go try to find all these people that got away.
I think Trump just said that in his most recent.
Yeah, they can't stay here.
In one of his truths, like, unfortunately.
Well, how you had the black community screaming about, they need help for how many years now?
Yeah, and
they've been told over and over, "There's no money. There's no money. There's no money."
Right.
But now all of a sudden, there's billions of dollars for all these illegal aliens.
Right.
I'm not even going to call them immigrants because they're not. They're illegal.
They're not. Yeah. Well, that's why, like, the one.
And I got nothing against most of them.
Yeah.
But you can't be here. This is our country.
Yeah. Well, they're not coming here to.
Well, some of them might be. Some of them might be coming here for good reasons.
I'm not saying they're coming here for bad intentions. I'm just saying they're not coming here to, conform to the American lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like, they're not here for that purpose. They're
not looking to assimilate.
Yeah. No. But with but that was like you were saying, like, with the whole thing that we talked about with Charlemagne a couple of weeks ago. Like, there's your money. There it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and the black community is in the position it's in because of the Democrats.
Right.
It's you talk about systemic racism. That's it. The Democratic Party, welfare, abortion, that's all systemic racism.
Yeah. And
you can't do it on your own.
Right.
We have to help you. That's systemic racism right there. You want to talk about systemic racism in this country? That's it.
And the great replacement theory that the Democrats were running with, in the early 21 and 22 was like, well, the white people are afraid to be replaced.
Yeah,
no, we're not. Know who they're replacing the Latinos and all these illegal immigrants with? The black people, because they're going to be the ones that are taking over. The cities, your money, your votes.
Oh, you're saying that.
Well, no, they're trying to say, like, oh, well, we are the ones that are against the great replacement with the immigrants.
Right, and
coming.
they tried to throw Trump under the bus,
which isn't the case.
He's poisoning the blood of America.
Yeah, and what the Democrats are doing is they're bringing all these people because there's a lot of now people in the community, the black community, going, hold on. But even the Latino, like the regular, like the Latino people that are here, are like, yeah, this isn't right. Like, and they've always been that way. There's a reason why South Florida down there with the Cubans and stuff like that are all like, yo,
right.
This isn't how it works.
Right. Everybody who's in this country working is here legally.
And it's not even like, listen, it's not just because you see it. It's people from the Congo. It's, South Africa, Central Africa,
yeah, but
South America.
They have to understand that we don't have an issue with legal immigration.
There's people from we're
not the racists here.
From like the German bloc and all the ex-Soviet Union, like those people immigrated here for a reason because they were trying to escape communism and the USSR, and they've done it properly through the channels. They're not just cruising the border like, here's an opening, let me walk through it.
People need to be vetted. You can't have communists come into this country and then get into places of power and try to turn this country upside down.
Like Congress.
Yeah, it can't happen. We got to prevent that. It's important that we keep our Constitution. And that's really what we're arguing about. And the Democrats are letting these people in because they want to flip the country. And it has nothing to do with race or color or skin or anything.
No, it doesn't.
No, it's about turning a representative republic into a socialist country. That's what it's about.
And another thing,
nothing to do with race.
Same thing with, like, I know I brought it up before, like the census, like that's why if you have an influx, especially in those communities that are, on the, blue or red or whatever it is, like if you bring in an extra 5,000, 6,000 people that are going to vote Democrat now, you may end up getting another House member or another, you know what I mean? Like that's because your district, or
they're trying to tip the scales in their favor. That's all.
So that's why, like, the census, that's why there's such a big push with the census with the Democrats, because they want to make sure that they have the right amount of numbers, which we should, but you're not counting the people that are supposed to.
We can't count illegal immigrants.
Exactly.
Illegal aliens.
Right.
Can't count them. But here we go.
Not migrants.
Here we go. Here we go with the illegal shit. I mean, honestly, Joe Biden is he's committing treason against this country.
Yeah,
the guy should be removed from office. The shit they're getting away with.
Yeah, that because 10,000 Russian troops crossed the border into Ukraine. That was a war. That was an act of war. Here it is. We have 10 million people, and again, like I said before,
that we know of.
Let's say 2 million of those people are military gang members or wherever they're from, because that's what we discussed it. It's been shown. The people were in Central America and South America. They were letting the people out of prisons, and they were like, "Here, get the fuck out of here."
Right.
We don't want you here anymore. Go north. Here's some money. Here's your contacts. Here's the NGOs to get in contact with. They'll help you get there. Ride the fucking train of fucking freedom all the way through Central America.
Just stay out of here. Stay out of our country. And then you got, hundreds of thousands of people dying of fentanyl. Nobody cares.
Right.
You got rapists, murderers, criminals coming across the border. You got the cartels controlling everything.
Mm-hmm.
We look pathetic.
And the Chinese are helping the cartels just make the fentanyl now.
It's a joke. And the border should be closed until we figure, and that's the other thing. Corinne Jean-Pierre says as soon as they took office, Joe Biden put a comprehensive bill to Congress to pass for immigration reform.
Right.
And the Republicans didn't pass it. Well, from what I remember is when Joe Biden took office, he had the House and the Senate.
Right.
So every Republican could have voted no, but they still could have passed it.
Which is why they passed a bunch of the bullshit that they passed, the Build Back Better, the Green New Deal bill, and all that other shit they were trying to do.
Their lies are just amazing.
Right.
It's amazing that they can just get in front of the American people and lie. And then instead of anybody calling them out, they're calling Trump out as a liar.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Well, it's because that's exactly what we said.
They're accusing Trump of everything they're doing.
They got the news media in their pockets, so they can say whatever there is. And the one or two small stations like the Newsmaxes,
the Orange Men podcast,
or Right Side Broadcasting, or just independent media like ourselves in general. Like when you're calling it out, it's like, well, these are a couple of morons. What do they know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not morons, but we're small potatoes, so we're not on the big tube, and we're not on the we don't make millions of dollars. So what do these people know?
Well, I know we're in big trouble.
I see stuff with my own eyes. I'm out here in the streets.
The hard streets.
Well, no, I just mean from
gotcha.
work and everything else.
You.
You know what I mean? You see a lot of different neighborhoods. You know what's going on.
I know
you
what's
see
going
it.
on. I know what's going on.
You're outside the big city. You know the deal.
I'm right out there looking in. All right, let's go with this lady, this German chancellor first. Everybody get a little.
And this is kind of where the reset started back. With the
borders need to be closed.
The European countries.
Yeah. Well, this woman is 100% right.
Like the UK.
And this should be our president.
Right.
This is what our president should be saying. This is what a strong leader should be saying.
Right.
This is what Donald Trump is saying. You know why Donald Trump's saying it? Because he's a strong leader. Joe Biden is weak and pathetic. Here you go. Listen to this.
The borders need to be closed. Illegal migrants need to be rejected without any exceptions. Anyone who stays here without authorization must be deported. Criminals, terrorists, and social fraudsters who have been fraudulently naturalized must surrender their German passport. Dear friends,
Amen, sister.
only this is the sole thing that we comprehend and interpret as remigration, without any other variations or interpretations.
Reject the reset. This is what they're doing. And they're winning. We need to step up and end this nonsense. Okay, listen to this guy. Wait a minute, yeah, Abdullah. I love this guy. He's the best.
He's the best, he says.
Up in the hotel, and I'm not happy in this whole situation about home office, because home office
What's the home office?
I don't know.
The home office.
I guess it's wherever the hotel isn't, or wherever he's. I don't know.
All right. Well, the home office isn't providing him enough support.
they send me message to grant me about accommodation and support, but they didn't give me enough support.
Some people may say that if you're unhappy with the food, you're unhappy with the accommodation, why don't you return to Tanzania, because Tanzania is a safe country?
So when I go back to home country, I'm gonna die.
In the past tense. I'm going to die. So he flees Tanzania to come to wherever, was that Great Britain?
It sounds like, yeah.
And he's complaining about the accommodations.
Right.
Really?
Well, I just saw they were doing that here.
I know.
They were doing that here. The hotels
don't like the
weren't good
food.
enough. Yeah, the food.
The 5-star hotels weren't good enough.
Yeah,
it's a joke, man. It's a joke. You know how many homeless veterans would love to spend one night in a 5-star hotel?
Listen, yeah, I got
Come
you.
on.
It's just homeless in
Come
general. Like, we don't need to have a problem.
Who are we helping?
Not the American people, and with American taxpayer money. You know what I mean? Like, this is what frustrates most of us. On this side of the fucking aisle, is because it's all right. We don't have the money to fix this, this, and this, but you're giving away money for this and billions times over for just in Ukraine to Israel. You know what I mean? Like, just billions and billions of dollars has been just whatever misallocated.
Well, it's not. It's like anything else. If you can't, you have to spend money as a government official so that you can get kickbacks, so you can get money in your pocket. If we were fiscally sound and fiscally responsible,
right,
these politicians wouldn't be millionaires.
Well, that's why too. Like when Florida, when DeSantis and Cuomo were going at each other, and they were talking about
Cuomo.
During the whole pandemic thing.
Right.
When they were arguing about fiscal responsibility and they were losing, like, people were leaving New York to go to Florida for reasons, we all know why, but it was like, well, yeah, they come here and we have a balanced budget. We take care of our state. We don't We don't tax everybody out the fucking wazoo and nothing is fixed.
Piss away the money, right?
Yeah, like we don't even have a state income tax. So somehow they managed to fucking work it out. You know what I mean? Their tourism and everything else, which should be what drives fucking New York, because you are one of the biggest tourism hubs in the fucking world. And yet your city's, you know, the main city's a fucking shithole. Because why? It's not because of Donald Trump. Again,
well,
we're blaming 4 years on the fucking decades worth of fucking shittiness within the cities of fucking
that was
Democrat-run states.
That's the mantra. Trump had 4 years to fix the border, and he did nothing.
Well, he got stymied. They wanted $5 billion for a fucking wall. And again, like I said, we spent trillions of dollars.
Well, he didn't do nothing.
No,
he had remain in Mexico.
He didn't do.
He didn't have catch and release.
No, I'm not saying he didn't.
Do you know how many people Obama deported?
More than Trump.
Way more than Trump.
Who started the cages, Dave?
Obama built the cages, and Obama deported, and God bless him. He deported over 3 million people.
Yeah, but nobody cared because it wasn't that big a deal.
No, my point is, if Trump deported 3 million people, he'd be a racist.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Nobody cared because it was their guy and they protected it.
Right, but he was doing what he was supposed to be doing.
I understand.
As the president of the United States.
Right.
Now, he did a lot. I mean, he's part of the cabal, but
drone strikes in Yemen.
I don't know.
And guess what we're doing now? We're in Yemen.
I know.
Playing around, playing games.
We're playing war games. Well, that's where the money is, bro.
I know.
War equals money.
Well, for certain people.
Well, for the corrupt, the many. All right, here's what's coming across our border. In case you didn't know.
By the way, if you are smart enough, you would know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. Very easy.
Wow, very easy. The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
The entitlement, guys. Wow.
This poor guy talking about holding the camera, talking about entitlement. Oops.
But soon you're gonna know who.
Yeah, soon we're gonna know who this guy is. You know why? Because he's gonna fucking blow something up, and then he's gonna take credit for it. And we're gonna know who he is. That's how stupid we are. All entitlement.
Well, he doesn't know. That guy doesn't know who he is.
I know.
He's just going like, oh, the sense of entitlement on this guy to think I should know who he is. And
yeah, well, he's sadly mistaken because this guy, we just let him walk right in.
He's a bad hombre, apparently.
Come on in.
Allegedly.
Come on in. Blow something up. We can blame Trump. That's what's going to happen. We think anything good's going to come from this?
No, well, nothing good coming from it because we don't even know where these people are ending up. Besides that guy, just in general, like, you know, we don't know where they're going. We don't know. Like,
I heard me say this very recently about
they were running an ISIS training camp in fucking the middle of Nevada. And nobody knew about it. Till like, like Google Earth went over. It was like, somebody was like, oh, this looks weird. What's this? Oh. It's an ISIS training camp in the middle of the fucking Nevada desert. But no, yeah, nothing to see here.
Yeah, let him in. Here comes my favorite French girl.
Carpet muncher.
My favorite carpet muncher.
I heard me say this very recently about how those actions that are being taken by Republican leadership is inhumane and is demoralizing. And it doesn't lead to the safety of communities here. And so we've called that out, and we'll continue to do that. And I've spoken to this already, but I'll lay it out a little bit more. During the last year, what our administration was able to do in corroboration with states and cities across the country, we launched this one-stop shop clinics to help eligible non-citizens get working permits and decompress the respective shelter system. That was something that local leaders and state leaders asked for, and so we were able to obviously work in collaboration in getting that done. To date, these clinics have served more than 10,000 people, so they've been effective. And another thing that you've heard us speak to is that we've provided more than $1 billion in grant funding for jurisdictions hosting recently arrived migrants. So that's been important.
Who got that?
Did you hear that, community? The community? Charlemagne, did you hear that? $1 billion they got. $1 billion. I guess that's nothing.
Well, it's $1 billion not for the community.
In grants.
It's not for the community.
In grants.
It's for the illegals.
Right.
What the Republicans are doing is inhumane.
Well, here
people dying trying to come across this fucking river.
Right.
Drowning. They don't give a fuck.
Is the barbed wire around the prisons, is that inhumane?
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
I'm sure it is.
Was the barbed wire around Washington and the Capitol building, was that with the military standing there, was that inhumane or was that okay? You know what I mean? Like,
as long as they do it, it's okay.
And she basically face palms herself by going, first off, we kind of discussed it off mic earlier, but this shit's, what Abbott's doing, that's great, but it's fucking 2 years, 3 years too late. You should have already been doing this, so whatever. But it's also like, she's all proud of, well, with this administration, this is what we've done. Yeah,
we spent $1 billion. Yeah, thanks.
Right.
Big fucking deal. That's all they can do, and that's all Joe. That's all he does is brag about how much he spent. Yeah, but
it's not spent on Americans.
Well, it's Americans' money.
Hey, I know. Hey, guess what? You wanted your student loan paid off? Nah, here's $1 billion for grants to the migrant communities.
Well, yeah, you could have took that $1 billion and paid off everybody's loans.
No, that's what I'm saying. She's like, well, by the way, in case you didn't know, we spent $1 billion on all this stuff, not for you guys.
And it's not even my money.
Yeah, well, I hate that people, like, it's not like, listen, I just don't understand where, and I understand, like, we know, because we start checks every fucking 2 weeks, so we know where the money's coming from, because we're helping stroke those checks out to people.
Yeah, I got my W-2 last week. Fuck. It's like I can't believe all the money they're taking from me.
Right.
And then they want more.
Well, you didn't pay enough, Dave, I guess, right? So what you're saying?
God, I paid a lot.
You got your side hustle down here.
Yeah, it's not enough.
You can't even do that. You got to pay because they're coming after that.
I got to pay tax on that too.
Yeah. But listen, you
know what's sad? I can go out. I can spend the previous 5 years of my life buying clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Top dollar. And then I can go on a website and sell it all less than half of what I paid for it.
Right.
And then I got to pay tax on that money.
Makes sense.
Oh, I got to pay tax on my loss.
Right.
It's a joke.
That's all right.
It's a fucking joke. And then if you try to deduct your losses, they're going to want to see receipts.
Yeah,
where's your receipts? Well, I don't have fucking receipts from the fucking shoes that I bought 5 years ago that I wore once.
Right. It's
I sold for a quarter of what I paid for them.
Listen, I would rather my money, the tax money we spent, the tax money we sent to all these other countries, because it's not just the two that we talked about. It's everywhere. The money goes, we don't even know. That's what's in these bills, man, and that's why oh, we're gonna shut the board, we're gonna shut Washington down or the government down because we didn't sign this.
Shut the fucking government.
And she blames the Republicans and stuff like that. But yeah, there's certain line items in this bill that's fucking whatever many pages that everybody's like, yeah, we don't want to fund this. And I can appreciate your standoff with that because you're right. We shouldn't be funding dumb shit if you're trying to pay. No, I know.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop.
But if you're going to, hey, listen, you want to use that money here, I'm all for it. Use it on the fucking inner city. Use it on the youth. Use it where it needs to be used here.
We've been throwing money at the inner cities for decades.
Well, no,
nothing's changed. You want to change the inner cities?
You got to
give the people the option to send their kids to the schools that are going to educate them and train them and teach them how to get ready for life. No, give me I'm paying taxes.
That's a whole nother situation.
So let me take my tax dollars and decide where I want to put it.
Well, the teachers union don't want that.
Well, no shit. So instead, I'm going to have to put my kid in this crappy school that most black people in the inner city they can't read past the 3rd grade level,
They're underfunded.
and that's okay. They're
Well,
not
because
underfunded because the union is making billions.
No.
The teachers are getting screwed,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and they keep voting these goddamn Democrats.
The school itself is underfunded, not the.
But I'm
teachers
saying
or
not
the
only
union.
am I sending my kid to a crap school, but they're learning to hate their country.
Right.
They're learning that their penis shouldn't be there, it needs to be removed, and they're teaching my kids pronouns. Make sure you use the proper pronoun.
Yeah,
I got a fucking he/him email yesterday. I wanted to throw up.
It's all shit that doesn't matter once you get out of fucking school
He/him.
in the real world, in real life.
He/him. Stop.
And it's like exactly that. Like I'm not into pretend. You want to play pretend and be whatever you want to be, that's cool. I'm not playing along with you.
Well, we shouldn't have to.
No, you're right.
But
But people are doing it.
But
and
we're
I think,
forced.
Yeah.
And then when you're a little kid and you act up and you don't want to play this game, guess what they do? They fucking drug you. And then you're drugged until you're a teenager. Next thing you know, you're addicted. You think your penis isn't supposed to be there. You get fucking puberty blockers. You know what puberty blockers do? They prevent you from hitting puberty. You know the number one cure, what cures 92% of all gender dysphoria?
What?
You know what the cure is?
Puberty?
Puberty. Puberty.
Testosterone.
It's proven, but nobody cares. It's an agenda to destroy this country, and we got to stop it.
Well, it's not just this country. It's going on across the world.
To destroy all the free countries, what's left of them.
Across this flat globe.
But some of the, like Germany, they're wising up to it, and they're not going to let it happen. So hopefully, the only savior right now is DJT. We need a new president.
We need a new everything.
I know, but we got to start at the top. It used to be a grassroots thing, but not now. You got to get somebody at the top who's going to be willing to say and do the right thing.
Clean house.
Clean that shit up. Somebody took a shit in the living room and nobody's cleaning it up. Hit them plugs, pal.
Hit the plugs.
Plugs.
Everything's in the links down below. All kinds of swag. Official Patriot gear. 10%
bio.
off. If you're a new customer Fridays, you get 60% off the OG Patriot tee. Get that. Redcon 1 supplements. 20% off. Pre-workouts. Protein shakes. Made to order. Made to drink bar. Or drinks. Ready to drink. Sorry.
Okay.
Reaper Apparel Company. Mindset. 15% off. Hoodie, sweatshirts, hats. With a cool ass Reaper logo. And My Patriot Cigar if you're into smoking cigars or rolling them up into blunts or whatever it is you do in your free time.
Jesus.
There is a 5-pack sample pack you can get now. I believe it's 30. I forget what it is, but it's 5-pack. It's a 5-pack sample pack. That's 15% off at mypatriotcigar.com. Yes. And listen, thanks everybody. The biggest thing you can do is share our shows, our social media pages, and as always, it's okay to be American and keep on fighting.